guys. This video is not a Black Friday deal video or a Cyber Monday run out and get it video. It's more of a just take a breath, relax, and do something for yourself kind of video. So if you're like me, just rushing around trying to get everything done, trying to find the best deals that are out there for yourself, it gets a little exhausting. So since I'm sure you're overwhelmed with videos telling you what website to go to get what watch for the best deal, I wanted to kind of throw a couple of watches in here that are pretty special to me from a perspective of value and the way you feel wearing them and the way that they kind of get attention. So these are both Seagull movements. There's a slight difference in each one of them, but both of these watches, when you talk about how much you spend versus what you actually get out of them, they're a great value. And of course, they're probably on sale right now, but I don't know. I didn't even really take a look. But either way, when they're not on sale, they're still typically under $300 and just incredible values. So the two that we have here are from Merkur and Sugess. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm not. But they both have the Seagull movements. So you can take a look there. The difference is, and I'll show in the video here as well, is that the Sugess does have a swan neck movement, and this one is just the standard Seagull movement. Really, you can find 1,000 videos online about what that means, but the difference is if you do have to regulate the watch, then this one is going to be easier to regulate. And what I mean by easier is it's going to be more accurate. It has a finer tuned screw and spring to where you can make very tiny increments, where this one you just kind of have to nudge it and hope for the best and nudge it again. So that's the biggest difference between the two. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same. The Sugess is obviously an homage to the Breitling watch. I think it's the Top Timer is what it's called. And it is, it's kind of a one-for-one, right? So it didn't even try to do anything too much different there, but looks really good. And it's not that Breitling is one of the most popular Breitlings out there either. So that's why it's kind of okay to me. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that Breitling out in the wild on wrist on anybody. I put this one on a Has No Bounds strap, which is an awesome strap. And this one is, probably should have looked it up before I did this, but this is one that has like a real heavy wax on it. So over time, this strap starts to look better and better and better. So he does, when you order from him, he can kind of refinish it for you to make it look worn right away, but I didn't want that. I just wanted the way that it looked before, which a lot of the wax has already kind of come off of there quite a bit. But I just wanted to see what it would do, and so far I'm really impressed with how it's looking. So it's starting to look really, really kind of vintagey and worn, and I've only had it for 6 months at most. So would highly recommend them though. Great company. And then we have the Merkur, and this one is an homage to the Longines Big Eye. Right, and it's not exactly a one-for-one, so that I kind of appreciate a little bit. I was one of the first ones to get this before their Kickstarter, and they made a lot of changes during the Kickstart campaign, which kind of, I think it scared some people off. But to me, they were all positive. So they did go with a sapphire crystal. Originally, it was going to be more of a domed crystal, and yeah, you could argue that dome would have looked cool on there. I think it was actually double dome mineral, so it would have really stuck out. But I like the sapphire. I'm kind of a klutz, so I don't mind having the extra protection there. And then you have kind of that red pip there at the crown inside. I think that looks great. They did a good job there. They actually made the crown bigger too than the original plan. But the grain looks great, right? It's not like a sunburst green. It's kind of a flat grain that does do a little fume black on the end. These get a ton of attention. Now, this one does, because watch nerds know watches. This one, people do say, is that and they kind of pause if it's a Breitling or not. So I don't get as much of a thrill wearing this one because I don't like to present that I'm wearing something that I'm not, even though it's not a fake, right? It's just an homage one. This one though, this one really gets a lot of attention. People love the way it's designed. They love the way it feels. It's got quite a bit of heft on there. And it's just kind of fun to sit there with a sub $300 watch and people are looking at that versus the Rolex or the Tudor or whatever it is that everyone else has. So just wanted to throw these out there, give you some different options to look at while you're thinking about what you're going to spend your money on. And the whole point of when I said do something for yourself or step back and relax, these are great to look at. Just every angle of them, and now those Seagull movements are awesome, right? With the blue screws, great visual. You can kind of look at them and just play with them all day. I like the fact that they're not automatic, that you kind of have to engage with them throughout the day or throughout every couple of days, whatever it is that you're doing. Just an alternative that I think everyone should consider. Thank you, guys.